Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, whatever time it is in your world. I just wanted to stop by and give you something. Yeah, I know. Have to watch that. Like when you hear free, free is never really free. But this is very important, I think. Very important to the lives that we live and the lives that we want to live. Probably the latter more so. I want to talk to you a little bit about the voices that you hear. It's all right to admit you hear voices, and I am too. In fact, I think that it's the one thing that we refuse to acknowledge that really probably retards or keeps us from living or experiencing the sort of life that is available to each and every one of us. I once heard it said, in fact, I said it, we know what to do, but we won't do what we know. And if you think about it just for a minute, I would challenge you to really oppose that, challenge you to disagree with it because, for the most part, we're satisfied with our lives when, in fact, we should not be that satisfied. I don't mean to be dissatisfied in the context that there's something wrong with you and something's wrong with the world and not be grateful. No, just the opposite. But to be grateful in the full knowledge that we were created to create. We were created to do things. We were created to discover. We were created to dance. We were created to write. We were created to sing. And whoever you are and wherever you come from or wherever you found yourself to be, for the most part, you are probably defining yourself in one or two arenas. Like you're either a secretary or you're either an LPN or you're either in the medical field or you're either, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would not want to even offer that is what I'm saying. But what I am offering is if in fact, and according to some statistics, 85% of people, or upwards of 87% of people, don't like where they go to work in the morning. They don't remember getting there. When they get there, they don't like what they have to do. They don't like the people that they work with, and the people that they work with really don't care for them either. Uh, that's quite a secret. And I'm not saying that the world is should be a place of Shangri-La, but I do say that there are some important pieces that we seem to be forgetting. We seem to be surrendering when we really don't have to. One of the reasons I wrote the book, How to Find Success by Losing Your Mind, You Gotta Be Crazy, because the more I live, the more I discover that there is a common way of thinking and living that is totally against everything we really have before us in terms of possibilities, as well as the life that we really desire to live. Now, life is not always about money, but I want to say this, that try to live without it. So, wouldn't it be better for us to have money in abundance so that we can make those basic choices, such as our health, such as the care of our families, such as our ability to travel, to see the world, and to spread the gospel, whatever your mission is? Oh, wow, that's a loud motorcycle. Whatever your mission is, to be able to do it in abundance, whether it's to even serve God, to do it in abundance, to do it in Argentina, to do it in France, and you just from Brooklyn, New York, where I'm from, and to be able to spread it. So here it is. I want you to think about this. One of my favorite quotes is by legendary motivational speaker Les Brown, and he said this. I've often quoted this. He said the easiest thing he ever did in his life was to create $1 million and to go on to create a multi-million dollar corporation. He said that was the easiest thing he ever did. But he said the hardest thing that he ever done in his life was to believe that he could do it. And I want to challenge you, the listeners, right now. It's not so much an idea is crazy, off the wall, just very different. That's all it is. And it's not just that. It's once you sign your name off to being an entrepreneur that travels the world, to be a Renaissance daycare provider, to be a new best-selling author, to be a motivational or inspirational speaker, to be a minister, to be a doctor, and you might be up in age or behind the times, so to speak, uh, that the ability